Good morning. I hope that everybody's having a great Saturday morning. I wanted to start off this video to be able to talk about how I acquired my Camaro. You might know that my Camaro looks like this. It is this red, beautiful red color, and but I wanted to show you where I got it and where it came from. So first off, when I got it, it was back in 2018, and I acquired it, and it's this white color that I got. The paint was fading. There was a couple of cancer spots, but it's all good because I wanted a projects car and I wanted to start fresh. So I got this car for $400 back in 2018. I found it on this website. This guy, he just posted it like 30 minutes before I saw it. Immediately texted him and was like, let me look at this vehicle. This vehicle had a V6. It was the 2.8 liter fuel injected engine in it, and this is how it sounded.
Oh yeah, rev it. Do it again.
Wasn't bad for a V6. But, since the paint was fading and stuff like that, I wanted to be able to, try to fix it myself. So I tried to start off with the trunk. It was kind of more of an easier spot to be able to try. So I tried it myself and I painted it. And, it turned out pretty okay. You can still kind of see the lines where I sprayed on there. But, the fresh white paint looked better. But, I kind of wanted to do something a little better for this car. So the next year, I took it to school, and I had this class, had an auto body class, and I took it in there and I went and started painting it. We just went from scratch and just started here, and you can see walking around the car and just how we just started, and we just went from there. From here, we had to just tear everything down to bare metal, and that's what you can see here on the fenders and on the hoods and just on the side of the vehicle. It's just all, we're just going down to bare metal. And this was a project because I couldn't do this forever. I'm not using my own stuff. This is a shop that's being provided for us, and it's just stuff that we could use. And I just wanted to be able to get this done as soon as possible. We literally had 3 months to do this. And so with the help of a couple of friends and the teacher, we were able to get some things done. We got some things primed and everything. And then the hardest part was the doors. The doors were rusted completely through, and we had to get new doors. We had to bond them. We had to spot weld them. They had a couple of holes, and, we had to paint them. I put this little rock tripper thing on the bottom end of the door, and then we finally start getting into, the color. And I have this color, it's called a sunset orange. It's to be able to look orange, but sometimes look red. And I just thought it was a beautiful color. And you can see that some things are starting to come together with all of the pieces. They're starting to turn to this red color. We're starting to go back onto the vehicle, and, it's starting to become really great. It's looking really good. And, we're finally getting into, getting ready to be done. So we finally get everything back together and it's drivable again. And this is how it sounded. And that sound is still coming from the V6 engine. And, I wanted a V8. I don't want a V6 in a sports car. That's a Camaro, so let's put a V8 in it. So I went and got a parts car. And this parts car, we don't really care about, the looks of the parts car, because I was just using it for parts. I was going to take the V8 and also the transmission, some cosmetic things, but also I was taking the rims from it as well. And you can kind of see here, we're taking the engine out. I had to use, at this time, I didn't really know much about cars, and so I had a friend that his dad owned a shop, and he was willing to help me out with this. And so we went and we pulled the engine out and the transmission out of both of these vehicles, and then we were able to put this new engine in my vehicle. So the person that sold me this vehicle said that it was a 350 carbureted, but we pulled it and we found that it was a 305. You know, kind of disappointed that it wasn't the 350, but that's all right. It still is a V8, better than a V6, so we plopped it in, was ready to go. And, you know, it still sounds great. And, you know, this is my project car. You know, now some of the paint, you know, is a little fading now. I've had this car for over 8 years, and I'm still trying to figure out and do more stuff on the vehicle. But this is what my journey is to be able to keep going, to revitalize this vehicle, and to keep it alive as much as possible. And I am thankful for you guys to be here on this journey with me to help me with that. And so, if you like it, you like it. Bye bye. See you next week.